because I just keep you in the background. There you go. Do you want me to tell you the codes?
I got it. All right. So what do you mainly play? Like, is it Widow, you know, Hanzo? What do you got?
Well, I'm recently took an interest to soldiering.
Oh,
so,
yeah. So
But,
yeah, she's kind of a hit scan, like flex mix hybrid. So she like kind of front line. She can kind of flank a little, but it just depends on what comps you're playing. In ranked, you're probably going to be frontlining a lot on Sojourn, shooting at shields, things like that, and then charging your railgun, and then trying to hit a headshot on a squishy. So let's see, what's your name in game?
Gabe. I'm the Pharah.
Okay, I see you. All right.
Repositioning.
So, are you getting a pocket? Yeah, you are. Are you communicating with this Mercy, or is it just random?
I believe I am, but there's not much communicating going on.
Right. Okay. So let's see. What they have here is Ana, Widow. They have double snipers on Widow and Hanzo, Lifeweaver, and Zarya. So Lifeweaver has like burst healing. Ana has burst healing too, so each shot does a certain amount of healing, and I believe Lifeweaver's is 75 max and Ana's is 70. Whenever she shoots somebody, it slowly regens from 0 to 70 the shot. Hanzo, you know, he has his recon arrow, and he can see, you know, that allow him to see through walls, and Widow just has her skill of grapple shot and venom mine. So they're going to play like really long sight lines against you, Widow and Hanzo, so they'll probably... What rank is this, if you don't mind me asking?
Gold.
Okay.
Gold.
So in gold, they'll probably walk up, probably just straight out. If it's any higher, the Widow might play out here, and the Hanzo might play main, or vice versa. So let's see what they do. If you let me see. So you know your cooldowns, right? The shift makes you fly up, the E makes you like bounce. It could also do direct damage.
I changed my settings to mouse, both of my mouse buttons. Do you think I should switch them, or like?
No, it's fine. No, it's whatever. It's personal preference. Yeah. So this one right here, where my crosshair is at, that's what I would refer to as a shift, and the next one to the right of it is an E. So anytime I'm talking about abilities, that first one's the shift, the one to the right of it's an E. So your first ability will make you fly up, and your second ability kind of bounces the enemies, and can do direct damage whenever you hit them with it. You have to like hit them on the head though. So whenever you hit this bar on Pharah right here, your fuel doesn't regenerate as fast, and you'll run out of fuel. So, and you have to land to regenerate fuel, or like be on something like stable. Sometimes there's little glitches in places you can sit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is not a bad position, because what you can do is you can end up walking through here if they're not looking, and you can just pressure the front line from there. Right?
I think right there, at the very beginning, I do like swap out of Pharah because their Widow was extremely good.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So let me see.
Also, one thing is it like there's gonna be some points where I tried defending myself, but that's just for me to get a deeper understanding.
No, that's fine. It's explaining how you're thinking. It's not a bad thing at all.
You can start it now.
Yeah. Okay, so rotating towards this area right here, how you just moved. You just went from being in a really good spot to being in like, you use your cooldowns, your fuel to rotate through here before anything's even started, right?
Yeah.
So you're out of
from the beginning of the match. Usually I just like to move around. I don't
really yeah, it's like kind of like an ADHD thing where you don't want to stop moving.
Yeah, and then also I was afraid because also me being there, because me being there like kind of put pressure on me, because at first I thought like since they're all gonna come through the middle, they could just apply a lot of pressure to me.
Right.
I'm gonna have to cross.
It'll be a hard cross, right? That's kind of a timing thing, and you see how your tank is really far back. That's not something you control. These two being really far back isn't something you can control. But if they're up at this corner where they should be, then yeah, what you're saying is 100% correct, because there's going to be so much pressure coming through here. All of them are going to be looking right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of pressure. But what you can do is, because you're getting pocketed, unless this Widow is just the greatest Widow on Earth, and she stands here, whenever you're done getting a couple shots in, you'll get like 3 or 4 shots in from there before they get to this corner, because your tank's not at the corner. So what'll happen is, from here, they're going to get to that corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be 5 people here, most likely. The Hanzo Widow could flank. They could be here. They could be anywhere out of LOS. But like you said, all this LOS is going to be on you. Line of sight, by the way. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all going to be looking at this direction. But what you can do is, whenever it starts to happen, is the same way you just kind of went over.
Stop the payload.
Using your
ready for battle.
Well, you're not gonna have your shift because of your cooldown. You know, you used it before, but you'll get it back in time.
3, 2,
Okay,
1.
so get off.
Stay
in that corner for a second. Shoot your shots, the same like 3 or 4 shots, until they get to that corner, like until they get to that point. And then once they get to that point right here, like on this corner right here, you're gonna use your E and or your shift to get across. So what you'll do is, let me show you real quick on my game.
Welcome to Circuit Royale.
Strike from above.
Sorry, these controls are different. It'll take me a second to get there. You're gonna have to watch me walk for a second.
Oh, what's your rank on
GM 5.
5?
Sorry.
Concussive out.
So you're gonna get a couple pop shots off at this corner right here. You're gonna shoot, like jiggle a little. Once that Widow sees you and you know she's seen you, you're gonna go like this. See?
Mm-hmm.
And if that Widow is just crazy insane, she's gonna headshot you. But if she's a normal like player, she's not gonna be able to hit that, especially with a pocket. And you can kind of see how like if you saw that from that perspective, it'd be hard to hit as a Widow. Okay.
Yeah.
So use those cooldowns to get to that corner, and then you'll start cycling like this, back out, especially with your pocket. I'm gonna go back. But yeah, so you can kind of visualize that one. All right, we'll go back to that. But yeah, but you have to also acknowledge that you've used those cooldowns. So you won't have them for a second, and you'll just have to manage it. Okay, so now we've rotated this way. Yep. The Widow's gonna... Getting too high against a Widow makes you kind of easier to see and easier to track. She's gonna go here, right?
Yep.
By the time you get like decelerate to the bottom, she has enough time to kind of track you and headshot you. So like shifting up here can kind of put you at a disadvantage. Whereas if you were to
I will not waste this
hit this corner here and just kind of stay here, like kind of stay on the ground, float across here, get those shots, she has to hold that corner and just stare at you to make sure that you're not going to fly up or fly into her. So if she headshots you here, you're gonna have to get res.
I think she does.
Yeah. So like playing like that, that's a good. I like the rotation to hide behind this wall, but she knows exactly where you're at, so she's gonna be aiming like right at this wall. So let's see what she's looking at whenever we go to her perspective. See how she's aiming right at that wall because she saw you fly over to it. So all she has to do is place her crosshair in this box and shoot in that area, you know, and aim at you, obviously. So, right, so see how that was easier than if you were to kind of float on the bottom, because as soon as she sees you and you're in her LOS, that's exactly where she's going to be looking. So you have to keep that in mind. That's on any character. If a sniper just got LOS of me, most likely the sniper, especially in gold, is going to be staring right at where I just left LOS. So she's going to be staring right at this wall, right? So instead of just jumping up where she thinks you would be, either play the bottom, jiggle peek it, don't shoot. Try and see where she's playing, and then if she's not looking at you, shoot, and then relocate. Because if she keeps looking at wherever you're at, she's going to hit a headshot on you. You just have to keep like thinking about what is she looking at, and what is the Hanzo going to be looking at. Because if she's looking directly at me, I'm able to get headshot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and you should get rezzed here because your ram's at the corner.
I was
now,
going to switch right after that, but then I got rezzed.
Yeah, I understand that. So you're going to get rezzed in kind of a bad position, right? So your team is backing up. All the LOS is going to be on this main area, which is going to make it hard for you because they can just see straight through here and you're playing fair, right? So that's why it is a good idea to switch. It's just going to be hard for you to not die here. You'll probably end up dying again, sadly. So what you should do is you should use your E and your shift to get back and then wait for those cooldowns to come back and wait for somebody on the enemy team to make a mistake. Be careful. Yeah, just be careful because that E can, it's better to use it for mobility here, right? Because if I use it to deflect them away from me, the Zarya is not able to reach me if I shift anyways. She can't hit me. Hanzo, pretty much impossible for him to hit me. Ana's behind the corner. She can't hit me. Widow's the only really thing in threat. So in order for me to get out of her LOS, where do I have to move, you know? So you have to think about that. So where do I move here to get out of LOS? Where do you think? I think it's the best one to go.
Probably to the, to where the McCree is.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. You could even, this will be harder. You could go in here because you have to walk out of here. So if she's smart, she'll know you have to walk out of there. This one's good, and this one's good, and this one's good. But going straight up is going to hinder you. That's probably, this one is your worst option because you're going to be right in Widow LOS. This one's probably your best option.
I'm back.
So do you get?
I tried taking behind cover from the car.
Yeah. That's a good thought process to get behind the car, you know, because you're already getting shot at. There's nothing really you can do there. Like I said, that res is going to put you in a predicament. Just know that you need to go to the closest natural cover. All right, so we're going to go Sojourn here. Alright, I like the E on the corner. Be careful peeking here because nobody's here yet. It's most likely if you die here, it's the worst thing you can do, right? Because if you die, it turns into a 4v5. By the time you get back for a 5v5, it'll be right here, practically there, and you won't have a chance to really fight. So once you see that Hanzo kind of peeking you, if it's not worth it to die here, just get in a good position and wait for your team. Have a little patience for them. And I understand trying to build your charge, but with double snipers and the only LOS you can peek from is here, they're almost guaranteed to kill you. And like this is a low rank, so I'm not gonna like assume that they're gonna dome you, but I understand this peek. It's just it's more dangerous to die than to get a kill here, right?
Yeah, because Widow right there.
Yeah.
I think that was a misclick right there.
Yeah, I figured. I'm not gonna judge you on that. That happens. All right, so you're looking at the right thing here. Your monkey dives this target. That's the target. That's probably gonna be low. You put pressure on that target. She's probably gonna use nade to heal herself. She's probably gonna use sleep on the monkey. If you get enough charge, and she's in the back into a good position, look for the Life Weaver or the Widow, who will most likely be standing still. So she moves into a good position. So we're looking at either the Life Weaver, get your charge off the Zarya, obviously, and then look at the Life Weaver or the Widow, or if the Hanzo's in a bad position. But Ana's already terrified. She's got that fear aspect where she's moving into natural cover. No one else has that fear aspect of moving into natural cover yet because they haven't been dove. Lifeweaver is probably going to be the hardest shot to hit, but you should position yourself this way at this wall right here. Your healers can heal you, and you can get LOS of this Lifeweaver, and you're out of LOS of the Widow and the Hanzo. But as soon as this Lifeweaver dashes over here, you need to start looking to move towards here. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards the right side.
Right, but beware of the sniper's LOS because you don't want to get picked off.
This.
A good E. Gonna put pressure on the Zarya. Alright, so you see that this Lifeweaver's getting pulled over here. The Lifeweaver's here. He doesn't have pull. So there's nothing, he can't pull like a tank to him or do some crazy things. He still has his pedal and he still has his dash. Both support are over here, which means that the natural rotation for your Genji and your Monkey once he gets bubble back is most likely to either go here or here if they're out of LOS, but they're in LOS of heals. So what you should be looking at is getting your charge right, but then looking immediately right here. And make sure you're closer to this corner because you don't want to get sniped. Standing out in the open here leaves you vulnerable. I see the bubble. It's just that when that bubble goes down, you're kind of fucked in that position.
I'm guessing the reason why I stood there more is because like for me, if I was like in that position,
yeah,
I would be afraid to like go more to the right just in case because the Zarya is gonna look back.
Right. Yeah, she could be close. Yeah, I understand that. Hopefully, and this is hopeful because like I said, it's low rank. Your BAP can lamp you. Your Mercy could heal you at this angle. And if she goes here, she has to overextend, right? Yeah. These two are still in LOS of her, but her DPS can't put any pressure from the angle. So when she comes here, everybody can just look at her and kill her. And hopeful. So like walking right here puts you in LOS of, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we look up from their angle and what they see, if they had eyes that were drawn out of them, they're all looking in the same direction.
Yeah.
And that's there. Your bubble is going to save you for a second, but after it goes down, you got to think about which is my natural cover. That's a good natural cover. Be careful jumping there because you said the Widow's nasty, so she could hit that.
Yeah, I think I have a habit jumping. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's me too. Yeah, look at this on him. Keep looking at the.
I don't know why I switched. Yeah, I don't know why.
That's a really good that you recognized it though, because you need to look at the Ana here. She dies for sure, and your Mercy and your Genji are working towards him. Monkey should dive Ana, and then you'll just naturally rotate from there. So hopefully you kill the Ana, kind of rotate to the Widow if she doesn't grapple out, and then kind of rotate there. So let's see what happens. Yep. See, your Monkey's even diving the wrong thing, right? Yeah. It's good for you that he's doing this, and you swap to the Ana. He's putting pressure on the Widow. She's definitely not looking at you. Hanzo's looking in your, I don't know what he's looking at, BAP, I think. And then you just get a free 3v1 on the Ana. Alright. It's okay here, once you dash up, once you see she used nade on herself, to look over here, because you see your Monkey just died. He had to do some type of damage over here. So the pressure is low. You might only have to hit a body shot on somebody, which is, in this case, the Widow. So I would look over there, and I'd see this because I'm in this perfect position, right? And this could be a confidence thing and like aim, but I would instantly look at this target and just body shot her. Yeah, perfect. And then now we could clean up from here, hopefully. Looking at the Ana, she used nade. I don't know if she used sleep, but I know she used nade. Now there's sleep. Now I could really kill her, Yeah, that's fine to miss. Make sure you're looking at the. I know you're trying to save him. Yeah, just get your targets and we'll clean it up. This one shouldn't. It's not as important as who you're target prioritizing here because they should just both die as long as you're not looking at Zarya here. Yeah, just try and body shot that Hanzo. Do it earlier, and your Genji maybe doesn't die. Maybe he's fucked kind of anyways, but it's a maybe on that one. Yeah, as soon as this Hanzo peaks, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, everybody else is looking at him. I got that pressure. Zarya kind of walks in front of him. I see that. Just trying to hit that body shot on him.
That was a miss of.
And now this is bad because most likely Your Mercy's gonna die. The Ana's still alive. That might be close to. No, they're not close to Nano. Yep. All right. Now look at our who's out in the open here.
The Ana, yeah.
Right, and you're getting pocketed, so that means it takes even less of a headshot to kill her. If you get it to like 80, try for that body shot. If she's up past this bar right here, then you're gonna have to headshot with the 80%. But once you get to 80, body shot should take her from here with Mercy pocket.
Just what I was looking for.
Now you did a little damage. You should be able to hit a body shot.
Railgun charged.
Yep. Don't waste your charge shot on the tanks unless they're really low. You're just you're feeding support ult at that point. So in this, literally, the only reason why you may lose this fight, I don't know if you've lost it, is because of target prioritization, right? So Hanzo gets out, he's free now, and then the Ana gets out because she overextends, and I don't punish her. And it's a pressure thing, right? Because you see Zarya right in front of you, right? This is terrifying. She's fully charged. She's most likely going to kill you now. You know? So, as soon as the Ana peaks, I'm taking that body shot.
Just what
if I miss, I miss. It's the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Just take it right now. As soon as you see that, you 100% kill her there. And then back up. That's all I can do. And then you would switch to hopefully not dying. Get your slide, go back, and then go into natural position. I like the way you got out of it. Just know that in the future, those target prioritizations. Keep leaving. I don't know if your BAP's up. No, yeah, you gotta keep backing up. Because she's gonna keep walking. Your tank should give her space. Your Genji should give her space. You should all give her space until you can get a proper 5v5, or you die fast. Because if you die here, you end up trickling. Which means
and I did that.
Yeah. So you know what trickling means, right? Or snowballing.
Is it like no? Is it just
So whenever I'm gonna, this is a kind of a fundamental like thing in Overwatch.
Stalling?
Alright, just 1 second, and so whenever you're in a 5v5, right? That's the ideal fight. Correct?
Yep.
So by your team dying slowly here, it takes a longer time, maybe 5-10 seconds, to get another 5v5. So when you die, your respawn is further back now. When he dies, respawn is further back. And it's all going to take a different time, right? Because, they're dying after you. That's when you end up trickling. So it's better to either die as 5, or die in this situation and not trickle, or to leave the fight completely and safely. But if you know you can't leave the fight completely and safely, you die as fast as possible.
Yep.
So like these guys, if they stay here, they're throwing the next fight. They don't push for some reason. They give up on it. I don't know if they think your support's back, but they should push that and end that fight. So now Mercy's back, and this is where it's going to take a little bit longer. She goes Kiriko, she can TP, but where are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I do get res.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you get res, which is really lucky. So, and which way for our Kiriko? Now we have a fast 5v5. That's trickling. It's like dying there. The difference between dying there and not dying there, if we don't have Mercy, is a whole entire fight. Because they, most likely in gold, are going to take the 4v5 without you, and then die. And then you're going to end up snowballing, and then you're probably going to peek and die, and then it just keeps going from there, hence snowballing. It's just, you never get a full 5v5, a good fight. Alright, so let's see what happens this next fight. One thing you could also be thinking of actively, and this is really hard to learn as a new player, is keeping in mind what ults they may have. So we know that Widow's been popping off, right? She's killed us twice. She's most likely going to have her ultimate. So she's going to be able to... That's not really impactful at all. Just knowing it is a good thing. You know that Zarya has been just W King. She's most likely going to have her grab. In this situation, I would think Ana might have her nano. I'd be off, but you know that she's getting close. And you haven't seen the Hanzo getting any kills, so he most likely doesn't have a dragon. Alright, so your monkey's dived. They're backing up, right? They're all going back. They're all looking at monkey. What did you do whenever they backed up?
I went into cover.
Right. But like, where are you going into cover at?
Right behind between those little.
Right.
I owe you one.
So whenever you see,
I initially thought the Zarya was gonna
would push, right?
forward.
Yeah.
Because our monkey left.
No, 100%. So she backs up, which she shouldn't do, but she does. Jiggle peek this. If she's still here pushing you, then back up more. If she's backing up, go forward. Like jiggle peek it, just like I just need to see the Zarya. If she's pushing, I back up. If she's not, I push in. Right? Process that information, and if they're going back, you need to push in. If they're pushing in, you need to go back in the certain situations where you don't have space or a tank with you, and that's this situation because you don't have a tank, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't know if she's going back. We don't know if she's going forward. We don't have that information. That's a key part of any game in general, is gathering information and processing it. By going here, we don't have LOS. We know that she's not behind now. So my assumption, if I saw this, would be that maybe she's here. If I'm not, you know. So if I peek this though, and just jiggle peek it, which is just real slow, like really fast, like inch out, inch back in, and I see the Zarya's backed up, and now I know, okay, I got to push up and get somewhere to help my team and have value. Which you dash in, which is good, and you get your positioning. But keep in mind also, once again, of where can I have the most value at? Do I get the most value from going here and then this giant thing blocking me, and I might be able to see this, might be able to see that? Do I get my most value from going there?
Mercy, yeah.
Yeah. And you can even, whenever you hear this Widow ult, you can even drop down from there, because you have a slide coming up and you can go inside, and there's a door here that goes through here, or you can go through here, right? So let me show you what I mean by that. If you drop down after she uses her ult and you're playing here, you can either go back through here. Okay, sorry. Go back through here or go up through there. Because she's most likely going to hit a shot because she can see you through walls. You just want to pressure their back or kill the Ana. So by being in that position, you would get that. So monkey dive Zach. Everybody goes back. Kiriko can TP, I hope. Let's see. Okay, she might die here. So, and when everybody goes back, like I said, when your team's going back and they're going forward, back up. Be careful, because you can get picked next here.
Yeah.
If the Kiri dies, which she should have, but she doesn't, because they didn't look. I don't know. Okay, so monkey dives so far away. Very, very far on these two, right? This is bad for you, and you have to kind of acknowledge that. They're going to walk. They don't have anything to stop them, right? Besides you. They're going to walk here. You need to pressure them and prevent them from just having a free walk. I need as much pressure as possible. I can build my ult here, and then I can ult. So we just saw, like you said, the processing information thing. You're going to see this. Okay, looking, all right. Okay, you see the Genji and the monkey go left.
Yep.
And then you see these guys walking on front line. You get body shot. Take cover, you're doing the right thing. Kiriko or Mercy should heal you. They're still back here. They're not going to get any value out of this. They're going to keep backing up. They can even go into their spawn. You have to notice this and be like, okay, I'm going to die here, or I can dive and die with them. Right? So this is just adapting to bad decisions. You can't do anything here about their bad decisions. You're low. There's nothing really. It's going to hurt. You got to take a bite somewhere. Hope someone heals you. Okay. Let's get into a good position now, because we need to gather information. Okay, we see Ana. Do we see Hanzo? I hear him. Okay, I see in the top right that they killed the Widow and they killed the Life Weaver. That's a 3 on cart, and you haven't seen Zarya. You got 3 on cart that you think. And it's who's behind you? Maybe
I think I need to stop jumping. Yeah,
it's just a bad habit. It's one of those things where what I did was I bound my jump, unbind it on certain characters. So I unbound it. I changed it to a different keybind, so when I jump, I have to think about it, right? So if I put it to, let's just randomly say, the tilde key in the top left, now every time I jump, I'm not just pressing space to fill time and be an ADHD. I have to think, let me press tilde to jump because I need to jump instead of I'm just pressing it to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just one of those things that's like kind of personal. Kind of figure out how to do that one. That's just my tip on that one. All right. So you know Kiri's behind you because you just got healed. So I can take this 2v2 because it's kind of my only option, but I don't want to overextend and get one-tapped by the Hanzo. So he's looking directly here, right?
Yeah.
Once again, let's play with his LOS. If he's looking here and and I keep jiggle peeking this, all he has to do is shoot. Doot, doot, doot. If I go here, jiggle peek him really fast, come back, or do this or do that, you know, anything other than just jiggle peeking the same LOS, I'll get more value because he doesn't just have to aim there. He has to react. And whenever you do this right here, you only have two.
Yeah.
You're right. So you only have two options. I either go here for cover, or I go back here for cover. So that makes
Are you drawing on the screen?
Yeah. Is it? Are you not
Can
able
you
to see it?
share your? No. I can see the pen, but
on Discord?
yeah. Can you share your entire screen instead of just
Yeah,
Overwatch?
it's just the whole entire screen. It should be. Is it showing up now? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Oh.
Nah,
Yeah, my bad. That's that's weird. I'm sorry.
I still got the point of understanding what.
So he's gonna be looking. You can only go here. You can only go there for natural cover. So he knows that if you start moving this way, you're gonna go to this cover. If you start moving this way, you're gonna go back to this cover. So all he has to do is on his POV. Sorry. All he has to do is aim. Really, and here, and here,
Yeah.
and wait for you. So what he
Oh,
does
he
is
already has
he's
his
trying
shot
to react to you. Which if you ever play Hanzo, keep that in mind. What I just told you. That thing where I know that they have to move into these covers, right? He has to move into this cover if he's smart. I'm either gonna aim here or here whenever I see him moving. Don't try and react on Hanzo too much because it makes every shot harder. So by reacting, he's missing. Now he has to charge another one. You're moving to that left instead of moving to, instead of shooting that limp shot at where you were. He saves the full shot because you're not gonna be able to kill him. You don't have charge. This is just thinking from his perspective, by the way. You're not gonna be able to kill him. He doesn't have charge, and you have to move that way. So I need to shoot here and save my charge, like my charged arrow. Okay, now you move back. He doesn't hit the shot. If you peek again, he's gonna have another arrow to shoot, and he's gonna aim right here, right? Which is what he's doing, because he knows that you've been peeking the same angle instead of peeking here, which forces him to react. And I get a couple shots off, and I peek here again, etc. Because everybody's leaving you, so it's technically a 1v1 right now. And I like that you went that way. Yeah, play a little closer to that wall. You're kind of gathering information, which is good. You're like, I don't know where my team's at. Let me see where they're at. There's Kiri, there's Mercy, there's Winston, there's Genji. Everybody's pretty much leaving me, right? They're going these weird angles. I don't know where to go. He dashes back. He jumps back. Zarya's right here. You're kind of jumping into her range, so just be careful of that. But I don't mind the jump to kind of just look, and then everybody dives. So you're doing the right thing by jumping. You just need to know that you're jumping into our LOS. I need to get out. You know what I mean? So don't jump into our LOS. Right here. I'll show you where. Don't jump into our LOS here. I'll show you where to jump. You see that? Yep. Hit a couple shots. Yep. Alright. I see her peeking. You kind of, it's before she peeks, so it's fine. Redirect it. You're already committed. You kind of just have to go over here. You know what I mean? Because you're going to land down here, hopefully, and be in LOS. Like, not anyone's LOS, and you'll be safe. Compared to landing out here, and she just walks on you. Alright? You hear me, Gabe?
Yo, my mic was muted this entire time. I'm so sorry. But I think that was a part of an ego jump as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with that because you need to, at some point, you need to engage, right?
And I
can't just keep backing. Right, exactly. And you see them jumping up. That's a good thing. But the Zarya is going to walk, and there's no amount of healing that can stop the Zarya from walking on you and you dying, unless she cleanses you and you get, Mercy flies over to you, Valks. She's gonna kill you. Go ahead, like you kind of sidestep back, which you know you can control your slide in the air a little. Whenever you get to that peak, you can control it to which way you're kind of going down. So whenever you jump and you see the Zarya, just a little, sorry. Whenever you jump and see the Zarya, which you're about to do, you don't see her here, which is fine. Okay, so you jump. Now I know that at this point, I have to process this information. I need to go ahead and say, oh shit. You know, go over here and walk back. It'll take 2 seconds, but you don't die. You know what I mean? It'll take you out the fight for 2 seconds, but your life is preserved.
Wait, can you go back like 10 seconds really quick?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, what we said here was to not, you know, try not to peek that same angle that he could just have LOS of and just aim at the corner of. You do that, you don't peek again, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you jump.
I found out the reason why I jumped now. Yep. Yeah, because initially, I didn't know the Zarya was there as well.
Right, exactly, yeah. Was it your ult is why you jumped?
No, it's because like I kind of saw that, like I had a feeling that the jump, and it was the right feeling because my tank was there, but also I didn't know the Zarya was there as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. So
and you go.
Exactly. It's just a processing information faster, right?
Yeah.
So once I see that Zarya, I have to think about that. Like, oh shit, I just saw the Zarya. Get to whatever cover I can think of, and it's got to be fast. It's just one of those things you'll notice more and more. All right. So yeah, you're gonna die here, which is perfectly fine. Oh shit, you didn't. Nice. I like the positioning that you took, because if she has to follow you here, she gets out of position, right? If she keeps following me, she's gonna have to walk here.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know I'm gonna go here because she's silly. So you're gonna go that way. All right. Mercy's gonna reach you. Thank God. You know that the Hanzo's now dead. So that kind of frees you up a little bit. They're down one sniper. And we know that they just died the Lifeweaver and the now Reaper. So I know that the only two alive, and you can press tab really quick in the game and do where you press tab and it'll show a skull over who's dead. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and it shows a little timer for when they respawn. So once you see that Hanzo's dead, I instinctively would press tab and be like, who's alive? So I know who to target next. So I would press tab. Okay, these two are alive. Okay, so I need to decide who to kill here. Where's Ana? Where's my team at? You know, let's decide that. Once again, going into target prioritization. Is looking at her the best target, or is trying to find the Ana?
Looking at the Ana would be the best, yeah.
But if you can't find the Ana, obviously looking at the Zarya is perfectly fine.
And then me, actually, mine are.
That's a good slide because you don't know which one she's gonna look at. She could look at you. You know, you don't want to be in her. You keep your range and you get to shoot at her, right? And then you just finish her. Hopefully your team comes and helps you. Yeah. All right. So you can also press tab to see what characters they switch to after a fight, if they switch to characters. Because usually if they lose a team fight and they've been rolling, they're most likely going to switch a character, especially if they're getting countered like the Genji was. I mean, not the Genji, the Widow. So he goes Reaper, so we know that there's now a different DPS, and we have to play a little differently. Because Reaper can just walk into our face and two-tap us, you know, or just shift out when we look at him. So let's see. So we know he uses Fade. It's okay to shoot that shot, because if you hit it, kill him. We have ult, and once again, we need to keep in mind what ults do they have. Do they have Nano? Do they have Grav? Do they have Dragon? They haven't used any ults besides Widow used her ult and she died. So we need to adapt to be like, if I use my ult here, will it get countered by Tree, which is the Lifeweaver's ult? Will it get countered by Nano, which is Ana's ult? Or will they just grab me in my ult? So keeping those little things in mind. Once again, peeking here, be careful. Your teammates just left this angle, so that Hanzo's going to be looking at it again. I'm not going to keep, reiterating that. Alright. So, one thing you can do here, too, is go into your communication, like, if you're in Discord or whatever voice chat you're using, in-game voice chat, like, hey, Mercy, can you pocket me real quick? I'm about to ult. or and then hopefully they'll be like, no, I'm gonna pocket Genji, he's about to blade. Or if you don't get anything, you know, you just keep doing your thing. Like, okay, instead of, and then taking your bite and being like, okay, I'm going to ult, and that's all you have to say. And then now they have a lot more information.
Another problem for me is I need to communicate more.
Oh yeah,
because all of them I'm in Discord call with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a 5 stat?
Yeah, it's a 5 stat.
Okay, okay. So yeah, you could definitely say it there. Be like, hey, I'm gonna ult. Can you pocket me, whoever your Mercy is, and you know, get that communication going. But communication in gold is not as big as a thing. It's not even nobody communicates in Overwatch anymore. It's just kind of one of those things. Unless you're like 4 stacking, 3 stacking, 5 stacking around there. Communication is good to have, right? It's kind of like the basis of Overwatch. You need to communicate. Every team at a pro level, college level, high school level is going to communicate a lot. But for some reason in comp, we decide, you know, to be quiet. So, peeking this, you know, we're getting information, you know, and you can see their ults here, but if you had to guess what ults, you know, like I said, be thinking about that. She hasn't grabbed yet. She hasn't nanoed yet. They haven't treed yet. They haven't dragoned yet. They gotta have those things. I know that they have those things because I have my ult and I swapped, you know, and they haven't swapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It would be completely acceptable if you get pocketed here to ult here and just pressure them on this rotation. Because this is most likely the only chance you're gonna get to see 5 people standing on the open, right?
Yeah.
Now, will they counter it? Most likely. Will they nano somebody that you're looking at? Most likely. Will they try and bubble whoever you're looking at? Most likely. But it's your only, like your best chance to get the maximum value out of your ult. And you don't, like I said, you don't have your pocket, so it's kind of scary because you could just get one tapped right. But make them react to you, you know. Make this rotation hard on them, and especially when your monkey jumps in, now is the perfect time. I'm ulting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could hit Ana, then I could go to Lifeweaver. They're all out of position here. She just used a bubble. So yeah, think of that one. I don't know if your team's talking, be like, I'm just gonna blade here or etc. Is that what was going on or something?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I think I don't think he bladed that time.
Yeah, that's a good ult. So you're looking at the Hanzo. He's punching the Hanzo. You know, that's not any of the squishies is an acceptable option. I would go for the support first, just because those are the best thing to get out of the fight. Once supports are dead, they don't have healing. Your team can clean up a little faster and easier. But hitting your easiest shot is also the next best thing. Okay, so you missed that. Be careful of dropping down here. I know you want to, but these two are still really close to you. Genji can dash up and he can climb the walls. Your slide, I'm not 100% sure if it reaches back here, but it's not a 100% chance you live either. So if you drop down, be careful. Now we see.
I do. Oh.
This ends now.
You see Ana in a second. Okay, that's who I'm looking at.
I think I messed it.
Yeah, it's fine to miss, as long as you're making the right decisions. Your mechanics are kind of an outside aspect, right? If you're making 100% right decisions and looking at 100% right targets, you're gonna win more games. You're working on your aim is, once again, an outside prospect. So I'm looking at Ana here. Let's say, be patient. So I'm gonna give you a little, like some aim advice. Be patient.
Yeah.
All of these targets, right, besides the Hanzo, are on a horizontal plane, right? They can't move on the Y. They can only move on the X. So if I keep my crosshair on this X, and this is hypothetical. I'm not saying you're bad at aiming, and I'm bad at aiming. All I have to do is slightly move my crosshair across the X plane on the bottom. So like right here, just place it. She can't go anywhere. Just place it here, right? And that's the easy shot. All right, so see, there you go. Just be careful of moving it in the Y plane here, like kind of aiming down and up. Just, you know, calm this and that. Yeah. All right. So now we're getting into a dangerous area. The LOS is all on you. Right. Yeah. So we need to figure out how to get out of this position where we're in absolute danger. So, you know, we need to slide back into our support. by going, you know, here, or we go here. You know, we go around here, go around here, go around in there. Just play your safety. Okay. So let me see what you did. I'm sorry. Okay, I like it. Good tracking here. Good tracking.
Disrupting.
Go ahead and shoot that shot instead of shooting your E. Be careful with that, because you know you have this small time, this little time period of like, I'm gonna throw my E there, but he can move it to this left. You know, by the time you throw it, you don't want him to push you, which is a good thought process. Yep, good body shot. Yeah, you got it in the grab. Okay, you got really good value out of your ult. Like, that's a good job. You could obviously kill more. Obviously, you know, everybody could kill more. I could kill 2 instead of 3, or I could kill 3 instead of 2. You know, that's a small thing, but you did a good job on that ult. Just using your knowledge of like gathering information and where to aim, and then you can do that in most of your fights.
I am new to Overwatch in a way, because like I played like since Overwatch 1, and then I stopped playing, and so I just started playing like I think a month ago of console, and then I switched to PC. Like a month ago, but then I recently started playing Overwatch like maybe 2 weeks ago. So now I'm just like trying to like understand the game more now. I was playing support first, but now I'm trying.
Yeah. No, I understand 100%. Understanding your role as a DPS too. Let's talk about that for a second. So, what is the role of a DPS?
I feel like just to get certain picks as like support, apply pressure.
Right, apply pressure. That's good, and get picks. Right, those are really good ones. It's to kill. Right, that's the simplest way to put it. Is I need to get kills. And that includes applying pressure, using the right positioning, flanking if I'm playing a flanking character, and target prioritization, things like that. So it's kind of almost the same thing on support, where you're getting maximum value out of your positioning, whether it be damage or healing. Now you've simplified it to, I'm just doing damage.
Yeah.
So you see this Zarya pushing up on your Mercy, right? Most likely going to die. This is a good chance to kill the Zarya. This is one time where I'll tell you, burn the bubble and attempt to kill her. Because if this res happens, Kiriko will be alive, and you know you are shooting at the bubble and just pressuring her. Maybe she'll back off and not kill your Mercy. All right, so just keep shooting her. Don't worry about that. That bubble is like a kind of a mental barrier at that point, more than it is an actual barrier. That thing will break, obviously. So if I shoot it here, she might get a little charged, right? But she guaranteeingly does not get behind this corner if I keep pumping all my bullets into her. If I don't shoot her in the bubble, then she might get out. She might get pulled by the life weaver. Yeah, you finish her. Good job. You know, I'm gonna tell you a little thing too. You can charge off this tree. It's a very small charge. Just putting that in there. If you need charge for a headshot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Any type of like target like that, or like I think even off the pedal you can. Yeah, even off the pedal in the sky, you know, the one you can drop, you can charge off that too. Good charge. Alright. So we have to be careful here, because what did we just use?
I jump.
Right. So once again, your Genji can get out of here, your Monkey can get out of here. You're kind of in a hard position for 7 seconds where I have to be here. You know, without mobility. So be careful. Acknowledge that their LOS is, you know, in this area, and just keep in mind where natural position is. And this is not a, you know, it's not bad to stay here, especially with your team moving up. Keep moving up. Be careful with your team, like communicating to them. Like, let's not ult. If they start getting pressure back out, let's not ult. Let's just reset and let them have that corner. And maybe they'll use ults to get out of this corner, which they might. They're probably going to nano somebody here, probably Reaper, to get out of this corner. Because they're kind of stuck here, right? They're in their spawn, but they're stuck. But if we ult here in their spawn, we're wasting ults. Alright.
Yeah.
Now you got to get out. Keep that in mind. You know, you're not invincible. Be careful. Good shot.
I'm just getting started.
Yep. Alright. Yep. I like the slide. She's charged. You know, you probably have to deuces.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, Yeah, I can tell your team is like confident and having fun, so that's a good thing. You see that, you know, we're getting picked here. Now is where the trickling and snowballing thing is. So 2 of us just died, right? I can't get out without dying. He can't get out without dying. Let's all, as a team, we need to die and get another 5v5. Try and get a pick on your way out. So like, if you're communicating right, let's just say you're on a high school team or a college team, right? There's 3 of us. Who can we kill here? And we're gonna die. But who can we kill here and get killed? You know, at least trade. Did Reaper use his fade yet? That's a cooldown we know. So for 4 seconds, he doesn't have it. We can maybe kill him. We can maybe kill Hanzo. We can maybe kill Lifeweaver. We can maybe kill Ana. That's really a far reach, but call that out. This is just a team thing. Call that out and be like,
please let me know if I'm in a very bad position. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And be like, hey, we need to die as a team here. Let's get a pick on, let's try and kill the Hanzo on our way out. That's just a call out thing. So by running, Genji might get out. You most likely have a 0% chance to get out because of how far you have to go.
Not so fast.
Yeah. This is where it starts to get, you know, iffy. If they get a pick here, you know, this is a long time to get back for your Kiri and for you too if you die next. That's just like I said, that's a team thing more than an individual thing, but you do have to keep that in mind when you're playing comp by yourself. Of how can I?
You said to call you Jeremiah?
Yeah, you can call me Jeremiah. Yep.
So I had another question, or like another ask really quickly.
Yep.
So if I'm like in a bad position, I know that, but can you be blatantly like brutally honest, kind of like, because I don't really take it like personal.
No, yeah.
I just seek for improvement, so it's just easier for me to understand if it's like really bad or.
Oh yeah, that's. I'm telling you, like as brutal as it gets. I promise I'm not holding back. This is a bad position, but your team's dead. So it turned. It's a. You lost the team fight, but they're in their spawn. This is a good fight to take, but like I'm saying, is to get together as a team, like in our comms. Can we kill somebody on our way out, or do we just need to die really fast? Like we need to communicate that. That's just one of those things that's like a team thing more than a you thing. Because you said, you know, you're 5 stacking. So I was just, as a future reference, if you're ever on a team, like, are you in high school?
I'm in high school, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're ever on like a high school team, that's one of those things to keep in mind of like, what are we doing as a team? Where am I moving, etc. So, do y'all have like a high school team where you're at? Is that why y'all are 5 stacking or?
No. This is just like some LFG and
yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. That's cool.
Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna kind of skim through here because we're low on time. Before I it's okay to go over for me. I don't really mind. But before I go, in about 8 minutes, what do you have to ask? Like, what can we cover something specifically that you want to cover?
Can you like skip towards the middle of the game? I want to see if it's like a.
You tell me when to stop.
30 seconds remaining.
Or do you want it to stop at like?
Or can we just like speed run through the thing really quickly?
Yeah,
I get that we're not gonna cover it.
Oh, you're good. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind going over. So if there's something that you want to talk about, just ask me. Like, so don't be concerned with the time. I do it for free. You know what I mean? Just tell me if you see something that you wanted to ask. I'll stop whenever I see something. All right. We got another ult here. Let's see.
Can you watch my perspective too also?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So what's your thought process here of like, do you remember or can you explain it to me?
So right there, I'm just focused on getting as much get the Reaper and then switch to probably the Hanzo or the Ana.
Yeah. So
just focused on getting picks right there.
Yeah. So you don't, if you know that Reaper doesn't have fade, which is his his fly away thing, his thing that makes him invulnerable for a little bit, then it's okay to aim at the Reaper. But he might have it. Don't take your chance if you're not actively keeping track of their cooldowns. I can kill Ana, I can kill Hanzo, right? He's questionable. He also has more HP than Ana and Hanzo. He's at 250 compared to 200. So if he has his shift here, and he gets even a little bit low, which he does have a shift, he's going to fade out. And he'll be fine. So that millisecond of time that you could spend looking at the Ana or the Hanzo, is a trade-off there. Okay, so he fades. Now you can think, you know he doesn't have that. I'm looking at Hanzo because he looks low, most likely. Yep. Like, take your time. He's really, this is the best target, right? He's overextending. He's hard focused on the Mercy for some reason. Very bad decision. He's most likely going to keep walking this way. He's going to be like, okay, I can just keep going this way. No one's even looking at me. Even if I die, I get the Mercy. We're already at this point. He's getting a little cocky. So, just place your crosshair, here or here, depending on how he's been playing. And he's been playing aggressive. So I'd place it here and just take my body shot because he's going to be low. And most likely Winston will just burn him a little. And if you have the confidence to hit the headshot, then hit the headshot. I like where you placed your crosshair. Just, take your time with the shots. Everything is easier when you're slow. You know what I mean? Whenever I'm smooth with it, it becomes like intense in these moments. Sometimes even just playing like for no value, just fun comp. Take a breath. Like, okay, he's moving that way. I'm gonna flick there because he has to, right? Yeah, no, that's a good flick. It's just like, we're not gonna. I never judge anyone's mechanics. Like, it's just one of those things where like knowing where he's gonna move and being slow and precise compared to not taking my time and rushing. Okay, so he gets nanoed. We have to swap our where we're looking, and we're also overextended. So we need to get a pick here in order to get any value because you're in a bad position. So we have slide. We can. If you guaranteeingly know you're going to die here, you can slide in and die, get a pick. But that you have to be confident you can get a pick. You can slide back at this point and try and live for next point. But if your team starts to die here, then you need to die fast. You know that. You can slide to the right here, get some natural cover, make them look at you, right? Because if everybody is able to look at a different target and just able to focus on one thing, we're going to lose this fight because somebody's going to die. So if I go, and even Monkey's going in the back line, if I go up onto this red thingy right here, Zarya can't reach me, he can't reach me, it's a harder shot for Hanzo. So I can slide up there, I could, Monkey's going there, he's most likely going to drop his bubble when he lands, I can go there. I know you're probably, I would assume you're worried about the C9 also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So being careful of that is a thought too, but you shouldn't be the one to worry about that. That is kind of like a secondary thing. Obviously, you're doing a good job by keeping it in mind. Hopefully, someone else does it, but you have to make the best decision in order to get value out of this fight, right? All right, so let's see what you do. Sliding back, I'm fine with that. You can always come back in. Your ult's out pretty much. Yeah, your ult's out, and you're getting a little bit of value. You see that the Nano Reaper. So we're thinking, I just need to get a little bit of pressure. So hopefully someone makes a mistake on the enemy team. Keep an LOS, but try to stay out of their LOS. So
right there, I'm moving to the left.
Yeah. So you're going to lose LOS. You'll have no value if you move to your left. If you're really serious about taking this fight and not just living, then you need to move kind of towards this way. Or even, that's your only other option. Because she's pushing to reach you because you're the only one that she thinks she can reach, even though Genji's right there. She's just hard staring at you. She has tunnel vision. So if I move back and she keeps staring at me, then she's messing up. If she looks at the Genji, it's going to take her longer to kill the Genji because he's getting Val killed. I'm getting healed. So you see why I would say moving this way instead of moving towards this one if you're taking the fight?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what you do. You move to the... Yeah, it's just one of those body shot bandit things. There's only so much you can do there. Like I said, if you were worried about living, you move this way. If you're worried about winning the fight, you move this way. You got to have something. Those are your only options in that position. All right. So you get res, which is, once again, a really good scenario you're in. This is very winnable. So, your Monkey is in there. Hanzo's low because he's just been W key demon. So let's see what we go to. I know you just got res. Yeah, I like this. Look at this support. Good shot. Now keep going. Yeah. No, look at him.
The support died.
Yeah, okay. Good then. I saw this. What I saw?
Dodge this.
I saw him to your right. He uses fade. It's one of those things tracking cooldowns. So once he uses fade, you know not to look at him. And then after he's out of it, look at him. Team looks like they're all looking at Zarya. Let's kill Zarya. Zarya's low. Let's kill her. She doesn't have support. Careful with your positioning and not to die. Play around this. That's good. Don't get off point. Hopefully. Yep. Nice.
Game now.
Alright. So y'all win that point.
I think, yeah, that game I played Soldier until the very end.
Okay. Did you play something different in the other game that you'd want me to look at?
In the other game, I did play Tracer. I do want to take a look at the Tracer.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
But if you can't, it is 130.
Yeah. What is the what's the code for that one?
Let me double check really quickly. I have the history replay.
Is it the game 3, game 2?
I think it might have been. Which one's the one that you looked at right now? Game
1.
Oh, game 1 you looked at?
I
I think it might have been game 2.
Okay.
Traveling ready for battle.
Soldier over here. Okay. This is really good. Tracer is one of those things where you can critique a lot because it's once you master Tracer, she's one of the best characters in the game. That's why a lot of top 500 DPS are masters. Or sorry, are Tracers. Top 500 are Tracers. All right. So on Tracer, you have to always be thinking about what they're running, right? Because it's a very hard like balance of like if they have Cassidy and he throws his nade at me, I get stuck. So you need to know what the cooldowns are on the enemy team, right? Alright. And keep in mind your positioning also. Okay, so looks like they're either all going to go here or all going to go to the point. The point isn't open yet, so they can, you know, it's just up to them. So you'll have to read this situation. If they all go towards you, you need to find a different angle. If they start to split like this, we need to start thinking about who's the most killable, where can we get the most value. Alright, I like the positioning you're taking. Make sure whenever you're positioning like this, let's see, you have blinks. So you can kind of unposition. Okay, so he doesn't see you, so you can go on him, right? Alright, they're looking at me, someone just TP'd to me. Good blink to the left, I like that. Alright, playing this rock. How many people are looking at you now?
Done. Maybe the Symmetra I can't see properly.
Okay, sorry. Is it let's see. We got Bap.
Oh yeah, Bap.
Sim. May's most likely about to look at you. Let's see. Yeah. So you got 3 people on you right now. So you can stay here, right? But know your limits. I'm playing for my life at this point. What should happen here is now that 4 people, literally 4 people are looking at you, this guy should die. Minimum. Yeah. You're doing what's called visual distraction. You're getting more visual value and like attention than anything else. You don't have to get a kill here. You just want them to look at you. A kill would be nice, but if all 4 of these people are looking at you, Bap can't heal. Moira can't heal, but she's not looking at you, so she's healing him. And these 2 aren't doing damage to your team, which gives your team free reign. So make sure you want to keep their attention on you. Try and just pick at them. You don't want to die here. You just want to pick at them. Like that. I like it, but stay in this area. Stay right here. Because with your 2 blinks, you can go here. And there's a pack in this room. I'll show you just in case you've never seen it. Right here. There's a mini right there. And then if you stay here a little long, you can double blink to this mega right here. But if you go instantly without having any pressure, like you're not low enough to really like be concerned yet, right? You have 120 HP. The only thing that could happen really bad to you is you get headshot by May. All right, or Bap headshots you. Play with them a little and move towards like the point. Like move more towards your team. Okay. So if I'm here, stay at this rock for a second. They all look at you, right? Blink here. If they follow me, they follow me. If they don't, they don't. I can pressure the point and I can grab a mini because I'm at 120 HP. You blink to the right, they're going to stop looking at you, which is what happens. And you lost your value. Now you have to waste a blink to get back in, or walk back in. Okay, yep. It's a way to be smart about it. So, once again, you're playing a flanker who has low HP. All of their LOS is here. There's... How many people looking there? 3?
3, I think, yeah.
Yep. And then Queen can die. Let's see. Dashing to the left, yeah, I like it. Keep going, one more. Yep. Now pressure them from the back. They're all looking at you. Good job. Get them looking at you. Genji's here too. You can kind of do a little more damage to the BAP. Hopefully, you know, you can kind of... Okay, you just folded like an omelet. Yeah, just keep looking at this BAP. You don't want to go in because those turrets will kill you, and Mei can kill you. If you want to play this perfectly, go grab that mini over here, then come back. You have time. Your team's up. Hopefully they don't just die like your Genji did, but you have time to go grab that mini. Don't die here. This is not bad positioning either because you're just leading her on and you have recall. So as soon as you get low, you can just recall. Alright. Okay, so we add. Yep. Go back left. Yep. Field. Keep pressuring them. Yep. Recall. Now we don't have our recall, so what do we have to do? We have to be more patient and careful. So let's see. You go to the right. That's a careful, but you have to keep in mind that they're coming from their spawn. You don't know where they're at. Moving to your left is a better if you have 2 blinks, but if you don't, I would suggest going in here. This is bad positioning in my opinion. But going in here is better, or going this way is better. Let's see. You go to the back a little. You can go to the right. That's a good way to make up for it. You're just gonna get a little bit of. You're gonna have time for your blink to come back. Your recall's gonna come back. So you're gonna have low value for a second. Yep. So once again, we're thinking about spawn. Now that we're here, they can come from spawn and hurt me. So I need to be thinking about like where is their positions and how can I position myself. That wall is used. I'm pressuring the BAP. Once again, once you get low here, you can't go back this way. So just keep that in mind. Let's see what you do. Yep, I like that. Grab that mini behind you real quick. I don't know if you knew it was there, but
I think I knew there was there. It's just like I didn't see it on the way.
Yeah.
I just forgot about it.
Okay. So.
Oh, I did. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I'm just watching a little. Okay, you got cleanse. One suggestion I have for pulse bombs, like at starting out, is it's really hard to stick whenever you're starting out and they're not moving predictable. Unless you 100% know for sure that your pulse bomb will hit, you can throw it at the floor near the enemy. This is just like low ranking, like getting started. So instead of aiming for like,
Let me go.
you're gonna flick to the left here, try and stick. She's right in your face, right?
Yeah.
It's so pulse bombs are.
Might be because I have like a weird button bind. I have Z for pull.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things, you know. So if I throw it at the floor here, like right here, it's at least gonna damage her.
Yeah.
She's gonna move back, hopefully. But she was here when you threw it. So if I throw it at the floor, she's either going out of here, which is out of position, or back in here, which is, you know, she'll be safer, but she'll have taken a little bit of damage from the pulse bomb. If you wanted to get more value out of it than trying to stick someone here, let's see how many blinks do you have.
Let me go.
Okay. So you have 0 blinks, you have recall. Save it for a second. You could blink into the BAP, throw it at him or on the ground, and he's most likely going to use lamp if he doesn't have it, which he doesn't have it. He's going to use it if he does have it, and that's a big cooldown to get out. or you'll damage him, like we're talking about. But putting that pressure on him and then making him use a cooldown is really good too if you know you can't stick him. But you should be looking for things that are like obvious sticks. It's like this Moira moving in a straight line. If she doesn't have fade, which she does, is a good stick because she just doesn't expect you if you do it here, right? Even the Queen is not a bad stick, putting pressure on her. But going for one that you don't know if you can hit is always dangerous. Because it's a really good ult because you get it so fast.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry too much about like, am I sticking all the time, you know? Can I get a cooldown out with it? Can I get a lamp out with it? Can I pressure the tank with it? You know, can I stop them from pushing my team with it? It's diverse, you know, it's not always a kill. But that's just one of those things that you have to consider. All right, Gabe. So I'm gonna stop it here. And once again, I'm gonna ask you, is there anything else that you wanted to cover? Like any questions that you had about what we talked about today, or anything that you wanted me to reiterate on?
There were two questions, two final questions I had. So the $20 training pack, how does that usually look like?
So for that, will work until you get to Masters, like for as long as you need.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like for is it like a multi-payment?
No, it's just one $20 thing, and then you'll send me VODs whenever you get them. I'll make notes on them. We can do live review like once a week, and then I can look at that. Yeah, that's what it is.
But is that no different than what we're doing today, or is this just
right? It's just one of those things where like it's like my promise to you that will work until you get there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
also do you like where can I send it through the method?
The payment?
Yeah.
For that, if you do it, I believe Medify has it. If that doesn't work for you, you can message me and we can figure something out. But Medify should have the payment. That's all I know about that one.
And the final question was: do you only do DPS or do you do?
No, I do support and tank, but not really tank. It has to be a low rank for me to help on tank.